the signing of the former Hearts captain and Rangers player Stephen Pressley. A news conference at Celtic Park has just ended and our reporter David Curry is there now. David, it had looked like Pressley was going to sign for the English Premier club Charlton. Is this a big surprise?
That's right, Sally. Yes, Elvis is still in the building and so are we, that building in question being Celtic Park. Although till very late in the afternoon it did look as though he'd be on his way to the English Premiership strugglers Charlton. But in the end, Elvis decided to sign for Celtic. Now, he says the size and status of the club simply proved too tempting to resist. And here we can see him trying on his new club colours in the presence of his new manager, Gordon Strachan. And a short while ago, both Pressley and Strachan told the assembled media just exactly how pleased they were with today's piece of business.
I'm passionate about my football, and regardless of where I play, it's important that you show the correct commitment, and obviously if I do that, then hopefully I can endear myself to the Celtic faithful.
He's worked hard. I've known him since I was a kid, and he's got better and better every year, and I've watched his progress, not only as a player, as a man. And I think he's shown over the last few years an exceptional leader and a presence, not in the field but in the dressing room. And we need the kind of people at our club, that's for sure. And the opportunities have arisen, which we didn't think would happen, but he's here.
And how early do you think, David, we can see Pressley making his debut for Celtic? Can you hear me, David? I'm just wondering how early we can see that.
He's ineligible to play tomorrow. Celtic play Motherwell tomorrow. He'll have to wait till next year to play, but that is, of course, on January the 2nd when Celtic play Kilmarnock. Interestingly, Elvis has already played in the Champions League for Hearts in the qualifier, so that means he is ineligible to play in the rest of this season's Champions League. So it will be next year before Stephen Pressley gets a crack at the Champions League with Celtic.
David Curry at Celtic Park, thank you.
Pressley signs for Celtic. We get the first interview with Strachan's latest big-name signing. Hearts captain Stephen Pressley has today signed for the club. He put pen to paper on a deal that will keep him at Celtic at least until the end of next season. Charlton had looked favourites to sign Pressley, but with the recent injury to Bobo Baldé, manager Gordon Strachan made one last and ultimately successful attempt to get his man. Our Laurie-Anne was at the park to get the first interview with Pressley minutes after signing on the dotted line. She began by asking him why he opted to sign for Celtic.
It's a fantastic club, a club of great tradition, and I'm thrilled and honoured to be given the opportunity to play at such a club.
Can you just explain to us the terms of your deal?
It's an 18-month contract, and it certainly excites me to be given that type of contract at this stage of my career.
You had reportedly undergone a medical at Charlton yesterday. Were you close to signing for them?
Yes, I certainly considered them as an option. They're a very well-run club with some fantastic people, but my heart was telling me to come here to Celtic Park, and thankfully I followed that.
Gordon Strachan has said that he's kept in regular contact with you. How much of a factor was the manager in you coming here to Celtic?
Yeah, I've got a very good relationship with Gordon. I think he's a fantastic coach, and he's done an exceptional job here at Celtic Park, but also the great club. I've obviously experienced playing here with Hearts over the course of the last 7-8 years, and I thoroughly enjoy coming here to play, and it's a fantastic environment to play your football in, and one that certainly excites me.
How disappointing is it for you that you're not able to play for Celtic in the Champions League this year?
Yes, very disappointing, because there's the obvious mouth-watering tie against AC Milan. It'll be a fantastic occasion. As everybody knows, the Champions League nights here at Celtic Park are very special nights, so I'll obviously be disappointed to miss out on that, but it'll be great to come along as a supporter of the team, and I'll certainly enjoy the occasion.
What do you think you can add to the squad?
Well, I'm unsure as yet. I hope that I can add some quality. I'm well aware in the position that I play that the two lads, Stephen and Gary Caldwell, have been performing exceptionally well this year. So I've certainly got a battle on my hands in terms of playing regularly, but you know, I do have confidence in my own ability, and you know, I certainly hope I can add some quality to the squad.
You mentioned Gary Caldwell there. Obviously himself and Bobo Balde are out injured at the moment. When they're fit, how confident are you that you will get a place in the starting 11?
Well, I'll only play if my levels of performance are good enough. If they're not good enough, then you know I can't expect to play in the team. And when you come to a club of this size, you have to accept that there is going to be competition for places, and you know, you have to be prepared to fight and battle for your place. And as I've said, both Gary and Stephen have performed exceptionally well, so I'm aware that it's going to be a tough battle ahead, but one I'm prepared for.
You did at one time play for Rangers. Is that an issue for you at all?
Absolutely not. You know, my passion's playing football, and you know, this club has given me the opportunity to again do that. You know, I just hope if I perform to the correct levels, then I can adhere myself to the Celtic supporters.
You will be only the fourth player to have played for both halves of the Old Firm. Is that something you imagined would ever happen?
No, but you know, I didn't envisage at this stage of my career playing anywhere else other than at Tynecastle. You know, it very much looked that my career was mapped out in front of me, and I would end my professional career playing there. But as we know in life, things change very quickly, and I'm very excited about the future here.
You did play for Hearts for 8 years. Was it disappointing the way your time there ended?
It was disappointing, but you know, I felt I took a stance for the correct reasons. I obviously can't go into those details, but you know, I had a very good relationship with the supporters, with many people within the football club, and it saddens you when you leave that behind. But I have to look forward now, and I hope I can form the same type of relationships here at Celtic Park.
In the end, was your only option to leave Tynecastle?
Yes, I think so, given the circumstances, but you know, that's life, and you have to move on.
Finally, Stephen, what can the Celtic fans expect to see from you?
Well, the only thing I can guarantee is 100% commitment. You know, you can't guarantee in football a top level of performances. The only thing you can guarantee is commitment, and hopefully I can give that.
Well, Tosh, now that Elvis is...
I'm delighted to announce that Stephen's agreed to join us. Started negotiations a couple of weeks ago with Stephen when he came to our house and told he would keep me in touch if anything happened. He stayed true to his word, and we think he's made a great decision. Myself, the coaches, players are delighted that Stephen's come to join us, and I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic experience for him. He's worked hard. I've known him since I was a kid, and he's got better and better every year, and I've watched his progress, not only as a player, as a man. And I think he's shown over the last few years an exceptional leader, and a presence, not in the field but in the dressing room. And we need the kind of people at our club, that's for sure. And the opportunities have arisen, which we didn't think would happen, but it's here. My centre halves are young as well. They need a leader. My midfield players can look at Nakamura and Lennon and see how midfield plays. It's meant to be done now. They can look at, you know, good coaching for me is watching. It's easy for me when players can watch good players in their position, and I think Stephen will be a perfect example on and off the pitch how to deal with being a centre half and a Celtic player.
Yeah, of course, there might be a lot of...
The squad, they've beaten Charlton in the race to sign Stephen Pressley. The Scotland defender, who was released by Hearts earlier this month, had a medical at Charlton yesterday, but after talks with Gordon Strachan, he decided to stay in the SPL and sign for the champion Celtic. Pressley, who started his career with Rangers, has signed an 18-month deal, and he could make his debut against Kilmarnock on January the 2nd.
I'm absolutely thrilled and honoured to be joining Celtic. It's obviously taken some time, but it's a fantastic opportunity for me at this age, and as I've said, I'm certainly looking forward to the challenges ahead.
We think he's made a great decision. Myself, the coaches, players are delighted that Stephen's come to join us, and I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic experience for him.
The most important factor is that I'm passionate about my football, and regardless of where I play, it's important that you show the correct commitment, and obviously if I do that, then hopefully I can endear myself to the Celtic faithful.
Celtic convinces most people, you know, that they want to join us, and he's worked hard. I've known him since I was a kid, and he's got better and better every year, and I've watched his progress, not only as a player, as a man, and I think he's shown over the last few years an exceptional leader, and a presence, not in the field but in the dressing room, and we need the kind of people at our club.
Well, obviously talking to Gordon, you know, I've been very impressed with what he's had to say. I'd like to think I've got a good relationship with him, and as Gordon says, Celtic as a club sells itself, and I've obviously played here over a number of years with opposing teams, and it's a fantastic arena to play your football in, and I'm very fortunate to be given this opportunity. I was true to my word. I said to Alan I would call him and give him my decision, and which I did. And you know, he's a very persuasive man. You know, a man of great charisma, and you know, I thoroughly enjoyed my meeting with him. You know, Charlton are a very good family club, and very well operated. And you know, it was a difficult decision, but my heart said come to Celtic, and I certainly followed that.
That's Stephen Pressley, who signed for Celtic and